Hello everyone, my name is Ben Malone with Malone's Marine. We're here today out on Kentucky Lake to give you a great walkthrough of the Trifecta 24RF C Series. This boat's equipped with a 3.0 chassis. As we get into the inside of this boat, we're going to really go over the details, what makes this 24RF. Just a great boat all around for functionality and also the ease of walking through this boat, having that center walk through and the dual captain's chairs. So as we start here on the bow of this boat, you can see this boat, we've equipped it with a blackout trim package here. So you can see all the railing is black anodized here. We've also got this nice area up front for Trifecta. So what they do, they allow a lot of extra room up here to allow you to be able to step out in the front of this dock, of this boat, to reach out to the dock, tie the boat off, drop somebody off. A lot of room up here. As you can see, we like to upgrade all of ours here with the flip-up cleat. It's in use right now. So as we get to the back, I'll show you really, but when we get in here, these cleats essentially flip up and down, make it nice and easy for use. And then when they're stowed in position, they're nice and flat, stay out of the way, doesn't catch your foot, anything of that nature. Also, your navigation lighting integrated right into the fence panel here. You can see our navigation lights there. Our horn is here on the bow. Then also, so as we move in to the front of this boat, you can see the pickup hinge here comes in and rests nice and secure. And you can see that 24RF at full walkthrough as we get into this boat. That ease of travel all the way up and down this boat lengthwise. As we move in here to the bow, so at the bow of this boat, you'll see two chase lounges here, starboard and port, both sides. Trifecta, this interior I love, which is the new Alpine Smoke interior. I love this white interior when it matches up with the exterior of this boat with that pearl white and black onyx. It just really gives it a beautiful look. So for this C Series, they've changed it, put recessed cup holders here, right in your back. So you're able to sit down, relax, and not have to worry about holding the drinks elsewhere. Or like what it used to be, was had portable cup holders that would sit down in the cushions. And they've done away with that. They've just really just maximized the space and used it very well. So I can sit here, hang out, lounge, also still have my drinks, phones, anything else tucked behind me, not needing to access it. Big compartment here for storage. So to lift this up, you can see a very large storage area in this port bow chase lounge. It's a great spot. We recommend a lot of folks, you can put a trash can in there. Just a small kitchen style trash can will fit perfectly down in there. It just really works well. You can do that. That way you don't have just bags of trash and loose things floating around the floor of your boat. You can add that in and not have to worry about having to store it elsewhere. So on the inside here, I love how they really flare it inside this flooring to make it look wider than it is. The lip of these seats, how they extend them out, it gives extra floor space down here and visually makes it look a lot bigger. Also the speakers recessed in the floors, and then the LED lighting package will go over here at the dash. It's also integrated into those seat bases of these bow chase lounge. One thing they do here, they also vinyl wrap the bases. Doesn't seem like much, where other brands will just leave that plastic exposed. Trifecta actually wrap those bases, gives it a real classy, beautiful look inside. As your eye looks down through the boat, you don't see any plastic, any rollable plastic style things there. Under the console, as we move into the middle of the boat, big easy access storage underneath the console. We like to store our tables. The full table will fit underneath here. Slam latch. Then like I said, the 24RF, tons of space here in this middle of the boat. The dual captain lounges or chairs here, we like to upgrade these to a higher back chair. Gives you a really good look. For one, with the accent striping that runs down, that matches the rest of the interior. Then of course that Alpine white interior matched up with the new Trifecta logo. Then here, this big area we like. It's a great spot over here on the port side to have a big cooler position there. Also, behind our driver's side, it's a great place here for a cooler, a smaller cooler. I like to put a soft-sided cooler right here, kind of sits right behind the driver. It's a great place, easy access, tons of room. And then you can see, once we get into the console here, sitting down into this boat, easy tilt wheel, up and down. So I can sit back comfortably in these high back chairs, can sit this wheel here, flip it up, kick my knees in and out, no issues at all. Here at the dash, in the C series, so what we've got, we start off here on the left-hand side. We've got a master power switch here. So essentially, everything down the line from this master power is controlled by it. So I turn it off, everything goes off. I turn it on, everything comes back on. It's including our Wet Sounds audio. So on these boats here, the Wet Sounds audio Bluetooth system is tied in with 4 speakers inside, which are all RGB lit. So we're able to change colors depending on what style we want inside. So that master power switch, once it is on, we have underwater lights, under deck lights, switches on and off. Our navigation lighting, which I mentioned on the bow of the boat, where they were integrated into the fence panels of the bow. This controls here, so there is no putting out lights, any kind of post, nothing. It's all here at the flip of a switch. Our mood lighting is interior. So I was describing earlier, all of our speakers, or even our seat bases for our chairs here, and then the stainless steel LEDs inside are all controlled by this here. We've got our bilge, horn. On our both sides here, we have auxiliary and a USB port that tie in right with our Wet Sounds audio. So for whatever reason, maybe your Bluetooth's not working, or you want to just pair something up USB, it's right here. Then we've got on our starboard side a regular 12-volt power outlet here. And then one of my favorites is they've added the wireless phone charger here. There again, easily slides in, phone pops in, charges without any cables, any cords, no hunting USB ports, none of that. Driver can easily stow his phone right here, keep it on charge, pair it Bluetooth with the Wet Sounds audio, and not have to worry about anything having a dead battery towards the end of the day. That tilt wheel allows me to be able to lower that steering wheel and see the Lowrance hook GPS sonar unit that we recess in the dash here. It's a great unit. It's going to go over all of our sonar depth, our water temp. It even has all of our map data for the Kentucky Lake and actually everything here where we are. It's got an avionics map that's already preloaded data-wise into it. And we'll go over more of that once we get this boat out on the water, kind of show you what that's really going to do. We've got our fuel gauge here, RPM gauge, GPS speedometer, and our trim gauge for our Mercury in the back. Engine controls are here. Easy access. I'm not having to reach up high for them. I'm not having to reach down low. Right here where I can keep a hand on the steering wheel and a hand on my throttle and my trim. Up here on the top of the dash, we have a nice little glove box. There again, comes up. Once you get that open, it's a glove box. Essentially all your small items you want to keep, keys, wallet, sunglasses, will stow right there at the driver's fingertips. Friction hinge, so you don't have to worry about that latch slinging over and the door popping off. Down here on the side, resettable fuses. So every switch that I just went over up here on the left of the dash coincide with the resettable fuse down here at the bottom right. So if say our navigation lights aren't working, I can easily look down here and see if my navigation light breaker is tripped. It'll be pushed out. All I have to do is push it back in, reset it, flip my nav lights back on. Same goes for radio, same goes for anything else over on these switches here. There again, I kick that steering wheel up, swing my knees out. So then as we get back into the back of this boat, 24 RF essentially mirror images the bow. So those bow chase lounges essentially mirror image in the back, have nice elongated couches here. You can rest, kick your feet up. The recessed cup holders again here. Big storage compartments under the seats. Once again, these backrests, just like on that port side bow lounge, all flip up, big storage areas. Both sides flip up for large storage boxes here. Great easy access, putting those fenders in, anything else, big day bags, all those types of big top items you can stow in these areas and not have to take up your floor space by doing that. 10-foot bimini manual, simply take it off. There are no more pins and snaps. All these do are just lock right into place. Easy as that. There's not a trying to hold a spring-loaded action pin or nothing like that to lose and drop. they already snap right in. Flush table base here. That table that we had stowed underneath the console there, you can see nice and flush with this smoke weave flooring. Easy access to pop that table up, be under the bimini in the shade, and be able to eat lunch, have a snack, sit down, hang out, play cards, whatever you want to do, right here at the back of the boat. So as we get out to the back of this boat on the stern, easy flow of traffic in and out of the back. You can see we equipped this one with the upgraded stainless steel tow bar here. Nice and chrome where it matches the stainless on the actual boarding ladder as well. So that boarding ladder is 4-step, kick down, easy access, getting in and out of the water. And this boat, with that 3.0, it allows this boat to extend out the back. So you can see as I'm standing back here, I've got plenty of room, hook up the rope, just pull a tube, pull a knee board, anything I need to do, I'm able to do it right here without having to try to tiptoe around the back. Trifecta does a great job of pushing this back end back to allow that room to do that with. Easy access boarding in and out, like I was saying, hop back up into the water and getting out of it. The 3.0, so a 3.0 chassis on this Trifecta is a full length center log and full length outside logs. Has lifting strakes on the inside of the outside tubes and on the inside tube. This comes equipped with a 37-gallon fuel tank. You can see the fuel neck right here. It's easy access if you're on the water filling up or if you're pulling into the gas station. Easy access to that fuel. This boat here, we've got it equipped with our Mercury 200 V6 Fourstroke engine. This engine here is really going to perform well on this boat. Trifecta having that full composite flooring, it really lightens this boat up, lets this 200 push this boat, get great fuel mileage and great top end speed, even when it's fully loaded with people and all your stuff. Once we get out there on the water, we'll really kind of show what that is about on the Trifecta as far as that 3.0 chassis, what that's going to allow me to do, is turning radiuses on this Trifecta, and also overall top end speed, matched up with that C-Star hydraulic steering. But once we get out there on the water, we'll go over a lot of that. That'll take care of the inside of this boat, and we'll get out on the water here next and show you what it's about. All right, so now we're out here in this Trifecta, the 24RF C Series. Paired up with a 3.0 chassis underneath this boat. It's gonna give us 3 full-length logs underneath, lifting strakes on all 3 tubes, and then also rolled aluminum underskin that Trifecta does. So one thing that they do different than others is that the aluminum skin that's between each tube, protecting the subfloor, is they roll the aluminum edges inside. So if where the tube would come up on other ones and it would just have a simple 90-degree bend, Trifecta rolls that aluminum. Seems like a very minute issue or thing to do, but overall performance allows that wave to never catch a 90-degree angle to smack. That rolled aluminum allows those waves to really just roll straight out of the back of this boat underneath us. So as you're cutting big waves and big water like we have here on Kentucky Lake, this boat really cuts very well. And those rolled aluminum with those lifting strakes allows this boat to pick up, lift, sit on top of the water, and turn more parallel than wanting to dig in. And once we get up to speed, you'll really see how this boat performs overall. So with that 3.0 chassis comes C-Star hydraulic steering, which you can see here, as you're in small tight spots in a marina, around docks, trying to load on the trailer, being able to easily and quickly turn this boat and not have to fight that wheel without that hydraulic steering, which would be the case. Tilt wheel here, up and down, really allows this sport helm to just be easily functional as far as finding that happy medium of where you want it to be. Whether you're just taking a long cruise and you want to sit back, have that wheel down low, have your hand here, or if you're in tight docking areas and you want to stand up to be able to have that wheel option, and of course get in and out. Our Mercury throttle here, easily accessible, not having to reach way down or try to reach up on the console. It's right here at my fingertips. So we get going, you'll really see. So on this boat, we have that Mercury 200 V6 Fourstroke. Great engine, a lot of horsepower, this boat performs really well. As you'll see as we get really up into that top end speed and do some drive-by shots of how well that Mercury picks this boat up and lifts it to where it really performs, for one, at a great top end speed, no matter how many people you have on the boat, but then also to sip on the gas and have a great fuel mileage boat with that extra horsepower. So you can see that we increase the throttle. That 3.0 chassis allows this boat to really just cruise. And right here we're running 10, 15 mile an hour. As I get on up to speeds, you can see as I picked it up, that boat planes right off and sits right on those lifting strakes. Running 20 mile an hour right now, and I'm only having to turn about 2,500 RPMs. What that does is a great cruising speed out there from the water. You're out there with the family, you don't want to throw that throttle all the way down. You want to be able to have a conversation with whoever's with you, but also sip on the gas and get that boat to where those lifting strakes are really functioning with that lifting up. At that 20 to 25 mile an hour range, this boat is phenomenal at sipping on the gas and being able to comfortably cruise no matter what the water's doing. And of course, as we increase speeds, the boat even performs even better. It keeps on lifting. Those lifting strakes allow it to pick up